this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hit that bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. If you're new, I post on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sundays. Every once in a while, I'll throw a new one in there, an extra one. So hit the bell to get notified whenever I upload. Especially during the holidays, I go crazy with the holiday projects. It's one of my favorite times of the year. So today, this is actually one of my very favorite types of boxes to make. It is a bakery style box, and this is where it all began for me because this was like one of the first types of boxes that I actually loved making. And so I've made them from like way in the beginning, all different sizes. And the largest one that I made, I think it was using two 12 by 12, and that's about as large as I can make it because we only carry the 12 by 12. So this is what I'm sharing today. Isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness. I love this stamp set. And it's the Sweets and Treats. I've talked about this a lot because I've used just about everything in here, even the sentiments, except for this little candy apple, which I have plans for that one. It's so stinking cute. I didn't use the cloche yet, but I have plans for that one too. But I told you in the beginning I was going to use this a ton, and I've already done a couple projects using this same stamp set. So I'm using that, and for this little background piece here, the old olive piece, I am using the scalloped contour dies. So I'm using the one in here, and I already pulled that out right here, and I just like it. It just gives me that kitchen vibe for some reason. And then with this little encircled in beauty die, I'm using this one, kind of looks like a little doily. So those are the ones that I'm using for this. I want to show you the encircled in beauty dies because I'm not sure I've showed these before because it is the first time I've used this. So it comes, look how gorgeous these are with these little filigree and stuff all the way around. This one will cut out the outside of this as well. And then this is the other die that comes in there that we're using today. It's such a beautiful die set. And there's just so many things you can use this for. All right, so that is everything. I am using Bumblebee for my cardstock. And then I am using the Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper. This is that fall paper. I've used this actually before. I used this one. And so we're using this pattern right here, but this is all like fall designs, and I really love this. I love the muted colors and stuff on that, so that is what we are using. And then all of these little pieces do not have dies, so you do have to fussy cut them. But ladies, this, and gentlemen, because I know some guys watch my video as well, my videos, but these are so easy to fussy cut. Although, if you have a scan and cut, you can use that. That's what I did with all of mine. I just used the scan and cut, and I stamped them all and cut them all out. And I'm going to show you, I did 3 sets because I plan on making more of these. I have people in mind. You can use these friends gifts. You can use it for Thanksgiving. I actually have kind of a Thanksgiving vibe going on here, but you can use it for Christmas, Thanksgiving, for birthdays. They're just so adorable. So I cut these all. You can even put like 3 cupcakes on here. You can just use the pie. You can just use the figgy pudding. And there's just so much. So I did cut these all out, and I cut 3 sets, like I said, out with my scan and cut. But the first one I actually did, I did fussy cut. And then I thought, why am I fussy cutting when I have the scan and cut? So it was pretty easy to fussy cut because you can see they're all pretty straight lines and very simple. All right, so I am done a lot of this ahead of time. I already cut out my little doily here, which I'm just going to call this a doily. I cut this out. I cut out the little matte piece from behind, and this is old olive that I use. Like I said, this is a Bumblebee, and this pattern paper I already cut the pieces for this, and like I normally do, and everything I got pretty much ready. I colored all of my images already, because if I colored all of these in this video, I would be here in a long video. So I am going to just show you how I colored the cupcake, because I thought that was so fun to color. But if you want to see everything colored, I can do it in a separate video. I am not a professional colorer. I always just look up like cupcake, and I look to see how it was colored and how it's shaded, and I try to replicate that. So that's just how I do it. If you really are interested in seeing how I colored each one of these, put it in the comments, and I will consider just doing a video on coloring these all. But I'm just going to color the cupcake today, just to give you an idea how it was done, because it does have some little shading and stuff on it, and it was really fun to do. All right, so what's in here, you ask? Okay, look at I put in here. These are the little pies that you can get from Walmart. Y'all, these pies are 50 cents, and they're really good. My husband and I get them often, and I thought, why not make a box for that? It's so cute. They don't come in very attractive boxes, so they're really, really cute, and they're good. And these would be so cute for your neighbors or coworkers for like their birthday or for the holidays. That's an apple pie I have in there. They actually come like this in these little cardboard boxes. They are 50 cents. So check out your Walmart. They're really cute and inexpensive to make. And let's get started. All right. So like I said, we are using Bumblebee for this. Now you do need two pieces that are 7.5 by 7.5, because we have to, it's too big to do it all in one piece. So you can't even use a 12 by 12. So you do need two separate 7.5 by 7.5 pieces. We are going to mat that, and we are going to mat it with a piece that's 4.25 by 4.25. And then you need 4 pieces that are 1.25 by 4.25, and that's to mat the sides. And you need some basic white, and I'm using the thick basic white for this. And for the sentiment, you need a piece that's 2.25 by 3/4 for the sentiment that's on the front. And depending on whatever sentiment you use, you may have to make it larger or whatever. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you how I colored that little cupcake, and we will move on from there. So let me grab that little cupcake here. And what I used for this, and you are probably going to be surprised the colors that I used, because don't be afraid to mix colors when you're using your blends. You don't always have to use like a light and dark. Although those really blend well together, you can use different ones. So this one I'm using the light pale papaya, and then I used the light crumb cake for the bottom. I'm also using the light polished pink and the light and dark real red for the top of it. So how I began is, let me go ahead, and since it's so small, I will zoom in for you. Hopefully you will see better. So I am going to just cover this whole little liner, cupcake liner here with the pale papaya. And then I'm just going to shade this bottom with the crumb cake. And putting it on top, it makes it look lighter. And I am just going across the bottom, kind of just giving it a little bit of shading. And I'm just randomly like bringing some up to the top here. Just, I don't know, it just looked better just that way. Just adding it. I told you I have no rhyme or reason. I just go for it. And then I'm just going to go back with the pale papaya, and we are going to blend that in the sharp edges. And I will have a tip for y'all. If you are doing it under a fan, work very quickly. I don't advise doing it under a fan, because I started to color some of mine under the fan and they just dried so quickly. it was hard to blend because they do dry very quickly. All right, now I'm using the polished pink, and I am going to do the whole top of this with the polished pink. And then I'm going to go with the dark, and we are going to do this bottom part like it is a red velvet cupcake. And that's the dark I'm using there, the dark real red. And then I'm taking the light real red, and I am going to just swoosh around the bottom part here. And just a dab at the top. And then I'm going back with my polished pink here, and we're just going to blend it some. And that is all that's to it. But look how cute it looks. Isn't that cute? I thought it came out super adorable, and it was so fun to do. All right, let me go ahead and come back out for you. All right, there we go. And I did color, like I said, the rest of them. So here are all the other ones. And like I said, if you want me to, leave in the comments how I colored it. I'm not a professional colorer. I just had a lot of fun doing it. So we have those all ready already. So let's get on with the box. All right, so we have the two pieces that are 7.5 by 7.5. We are scoring both of these the exact same way. You are going to score it at 1.5 on all 4 sides. So 1.5, turn, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. And that's all 4 sides on that. We're going to do the same with this. We're cutting these different though. So 1.5. 1.5. All right, that's it, y'all. Super, super easy to do. All right, so for the bottom of this, we are going to cut in here. Then we're going to turn it and cut here. And then here. And this is going to be our bottom. We're going to sharpen these score marks. If you're new to box making, always make sure you sharpen all your score marks. Really, really nice. This makes a huge difference. All right, this time I think I will use some of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and we're going to put it on all our corners here. This is a really strong double-sided adhesive. You can use your tear and tape on this. This thing likes to get stuck for me. Oops, I'm running to the end. Oops, I'm at the end. So let's go ahead and just grab this one. All right, so then we are going to pull this up. Make sure it's all even on your sides. And that is the bottom of ours. All right, now the top, you are going to cut this down. You're cutting this off. You're going to cut this. And then we are cutting in here. Just like that. And that is all the cutting for that one. So I'm going to sharpen all these. All right, so now what you have to do, and I'll have to use my wet glue since I ran out of my Stampin' Seal Plus. I'll use this wet glue. And you are putting it all on this back piece here. And then we are going to add it to these, and we are going to bring these up here. And this one too. The reason I keep this side flat is so I could line it up easier. All right, now we're ready to put that on, and you are just going to attach it. Just add it right here. All right, we're going to go ahead and mat it, and I'm going to show you how it's going to make it easier for you to open this up. So let's just go ahead and mat these. And we're going to put that on the top. You can make these any color. I would do like red or green or something for Christmas, because when you color those, you can make the colors coordinate for Christmas. And if you want to do it for a birthday, like I said, you could put all cupcakes. Or if you want to put a pie in here, you can just do a couple pies on that little shelf. Now we're not done with getting this all together, so once I get all these matted, all right, so I am using a 3/4 inch circle punch. We don't carry this anymore, but you would have to go like that to open it, and it's difficult when you have a pie or something in there. So you're just going to punch halfway there. And another thing I like to do is I like to cut these sides in so it looks like a real, and I just guesstimate, and I just go right to that corner and just slant it like that, and then I do the same on this side. And so it looks like a real bakery type box. Now I had some doilies that were left over from when I used to do cake decorating stuff. I had some little doilies, and that's what I stuck in the bottom. So that's what I would do. Get some little, make it fancy on the bottom, especially if you're going to put cookies or something in here, because you don't want it touching this cardstock because it will bleed through the cardstock. So always put like a doily or some kind of wax paper, something like that, to protect your cardstock. All right, now let's decorate this top. So we are going to put this one on next. And I am centering that. It fits perfectly on here. I love this little ruffled. And then this one is super pretty too. We're putting that in the center. And then we're going to grab all our little pieces. First, we're going to stamp our sentiment. And I'm using Memento Black for that. This sentiment says, any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. So we are putting that on here. And we have that ready to go. So now let's put down our little cake tray. And then we are going to put down our little figgy pudding here. I like using the wet glue because you can absolutely move this around. I'm using dimensionals for the pie. And we're putting that here. It just makes it look more realistic. The cupcake, we are using dimensionals too. I'm going to use a couple on that. And then this one's going to go right here. And then I went ahead into this little heart, which is supposed to be a cookie, I believe. That's another thing. You can put do a ton of these little hearts and line them up on here. There's so much to do with this stamp set. I just love it. It's such a good one. And then I just put the heart there. And then we are going to pop up also the sentiment. Coloring it was so fun. And like I said, if you have to fussy cut, and this is something, you know, special, so you want to take your time and just do it, cut them out, and make it so pretty for your friends or neighbors or coworkers. Isn't that adorable? I love this stamp set. I want to keep saying bundle, but it's not a bundle. It's just the stamp set. So there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really, really a fun one to do, and it's one of my favorite boxes to make. So this box itself, I want to tell you before you go, it is 4.5 by 4.5, and it is 1.5 inches tall. So it's a good size box. You can fill some little cookies in here. You can put some candy in here, anything that you want. It's just cute. The little pies fit perfect in there. All right, everyone, have a blessed day. And guess what? I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.